For the main combo, you just need Awakening. Activate it to place the Ashened City face up from your deck on your opponent's field, then search for Veidos. Activate it to pop the field spell and summon itself to your opponent's field, and set Endlessness from deck. The Ashened City triggers to summon King from deck. Activate King to summon Priestess from deck. Priestess search Extinguishing. Activate it. Send Veidos from deck to grave, then add it back to hand. Activate Extinguishing from grave. To fuse with both your monsters into Embers of the Ashened. Which adds the Ashened City from grave to hand. Activate it because we want to pop it during your opponent's turn, and your turn. Ignore Super Poly for now. I'll show you the synergy in a bit. During your opponent's turn, you'll want to wait until the opponent has a lot of monsters. And even if they link off with your Veidos, you'll summon the one in hand, so it's okay. So when they have monsters you want to destroy, activate Veidos in hand, pop your field spell and summon Veidos to your opponent's field, and set the other trap from deck, which is just follow up. Field spell summons Priestess from deck, which searches follow up. And now, activate Endlessness. Fuse with Veidos and both monsters on your field into Veidos, the Dragon of Endless Darkness, which on summon destroys all spells and traps your opponent controls. An original Veidos triggers when sent to grave to destroy all monsters on the field. Then when your opponent activates the effect of a card on the field, you can destroy it just like Ghost Ogre, by sending Endlessness from field to grave. So this combo has Veidos wipe the monsters, Fusion Veidos wipe the back row, and Fusion Veidos also destroys a monster. For a total of 3 disruptions. Now I'll show you the synergy with Super Poly. When your opponent then summons at least 2 more monsters, activate Endlessness in grave, banish any monster from your grave. This turns all your opponent's monsters into Pyro monsters. And since they're Pyro, you can fuse with both of them into Embers. So not only do you fuse away your opponent's monsters, but Embers also adds follow-up from grave to hand. If you have Priestess plus the Ashened City, activate Ashened City, then special summon Priestess from hand. Activate to search for Extinguishing. Activate it to send Veidos to grave, to them add it to hand. Activate Veidos to destroy your Ashened City and summon itself to your opponent's field, and set Endlessness from deck. Ashened City when destroyed summons King from deck. King summons Spearhead from deck. Activate Spearhead to add Veidos back to your hand. Activate Extinguishing in grave. To fuse with both your monsters into Embers. Which adds the field spell from grave to hand. Activate it. End your turn. This is the same combo as before, but they don't have Veidos to use it as link material. So whenever they have a field you want to destroy, activate Veidos, pop the field spell and give it your opponent. The field spell summons Priestess from deck to search follow up. And then activate Endlessness. Fuse with both your monsters and Veidos into the Fusion Veidos. Which triggers the Veidos in grave to wipe the field, and the Veidos on field to destroy all spells and traps if they have any. And then of course your Fusion Veidos also destroys a monster, for a total of 2 to 3 disruptions. If you have Veidos and field spell, do this. Activate field spell. Then activate Veidos to destroy the field spell, summon it to your opponent's field and set Endlessness. Field spell summons King from deck. King summon Priestess from deck, which searches Extinguishing. Activate it to send Veidos from deck to grave to then add it back to hand. Extinguishing in grave now activates to fuse into embers. Which activates on summon to add the Ashened City from grave to hand. Activate it, and your turn. So this has the same disruptions of destroy all monsters, destroy all spells and traps, and a ghost ogre-like effect, total of 3 disruptions. If you have a random hand plus field spell, activate field spell, then try to make Banshee. Which can search Priestess. And now you basically have full combo, special summon Priestess, search for Extinguishing. Activate it, send Veidos from deck to grave to then add it to hand. Activate it to destroy the field spell to summon itself to the opponent's field. Set Endlessness. Field spell summons King from deck. King summons Hero from deck if you don't still have Spearhead in deck, which most decks only play 1. Activate Extinguishing to fuse with any 2 monsters into embers. Which adds field spell to hand. Activate it. And you have the same disruptions as always. Now for a ranked replay versus Labyrinth. To counter this deck, make sure to use Ash Blossom on Veidos, since the entire effect of destroying and setting is one effect. You're stopping both a search and a special summon from deck. You won't get many chances to use Imperm since they summon a monster to your field. But use Imperm and Veila on Priestess if you can. As for the best counter, it's Little Knight. If they give you Veidos, summon any monster then make Little Knight. Then they'll give you another Veidos and they'll try to fusion, summon. So you chain Little Knight to banish itself and the second Veidos to completely get rid of all disruptions. Subscribe if this video helped. Here's my deck list. Thanks for watching. Make sure to also join my Discord to chat with a like-minded community.